and welcome to Dave TV. How y'all doing, everybody? You see the sliding glass door behind my little futon here. Well, over in the corner over there, I was getting a little bit of a leak. I noticed the damp carpet there down at the corner a couple weeks ago. And I was wondering, what's up with that? So I pulled the carpet back, and I can stick my hand up underneath the door there. You know, these quality constructed condos, and felt there's just a little bit of dampness when it rains really hard coming in underneath that door there. So over the last week, I went around and I caulked all around the outside there, and then today, about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, it just rained like holy hell, and it stayed dry. Hey, small victories. Interesting. Really sad story yesterday about a big shooting in D.C. A whole bunch of people hurt and killed and whatever. Nasty thing. But okay, they were injured. Nobody killed, right? 13 people on a sidewalk outside Tyler House were injured in a drive-by shooting. But, it's always, they noticed this. This is the Washington Post yesterday, and this is the picture of reporters there talking to the police chief, Kathy Lanier. And, of course, what do you see there is the WNEW mic flag. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that on this? If you zoom in really close there. Anyhow, it's hard to see it, I guess. I guess I hit a focusy thingy. But there's Channel 4, and there's WNEW, very high profile there. And I'm sure the folks there in Lanham are looking at that picture going, that's cool little subliminal advertising there. 99.1 WNEW. So, they noticed that. They won't mention it, but, hey, no WTOP. But the news remains good for WTOP. The latest radio ratings have just come in. I just got them. And TOP is solidly at the top in both the 6+, which is the overall numbers, and in that money demo 2554. So, and they're up at the top with a 9.1 share, which is one of the highest shares they've had in a long time. In fact, it's the highest share they've had since at least December. When they were hovering at a 7 share back in December, and then kind of up to an 8, mid-8, upper 8 share by the end of January, and now they're up to a 9.1 share. And they're significantly ahead of WAMU at an 8.3 share. Although WAMU popped up to a 10 share last week. I don't know what's up with that, but and they've been hovering, and WAMU has actually been hovering at a 9 share. They've been, in January, WAMU did, American University Public Radio News Talker, did pop ahead of TOP with a 9.5 and a 9.6 share in that 6+ demo. And a 10.3 share last week, but now they're down a whole 2 share point, whatever, down to an 8.3. So TOP solidly ahead of the radio ratings for at least this week. Now, what will next week bring? I don't know. Trend-wise, radio trend-wise, Hot 99.5, a solid 3rd place. Wash, HUR, MMJ right there in the top 10. We're seeing, a continued surge by PRS, the Gospel 104.1. They're solid. They seem to be a solid top 10 performer these days. WBig is back in the top 10. And we're seeing MAL, News Talk WMAL, Righty News Talk WMAL, that is now becoming a solid place top 10 performer. But what's interesting about that is only in the 6+ numbers. When you look at the money demo 2554 numbers, they still are way outside the top 10. If you look at the 2554 numbers, they're down at 18th place, okay? So you got to say that means they have a lot of older listeners. A lot of WMAL's listeners are older than 55. because when you're looking at the 2554 demos, that cuts all those folks off and they don't get counted. So in the 2554, they're 18th, where when you look at the 6 plus, which is pretty much everybody, and it includes all the old folks, they do very well. A top, actually 7th place. So that's an interesting thing. And that's why you hear a lot of ads for ED products and cemeteries and home health care services on WMAL because of, they skew old. So congratulations, Larry. My grandmother loves you, Larry. All the grandmothers and grandpapas in Washington, they love Brian and Larry. I think they should do a tour of the nursing home set. Brian Wilson and Larry O'Connor will be touring the Silver Spring nursing home this afternoon. Yeah. What are you gonna do? But okay, other trends. Let's look at some other trends in these latest ratings. Anything really interesting to speak of? Other than what I just mentioned, JFK and TEM, sports talkers in the market, are both down there at 19th, 20th place. WNEW, the other all-newser in town, again, is kind of stabilized at around 22nd place. Okay, that's up from where they were a year ago, and that's up from where they were a couple months ago, but they're not really pushing up into the top 20. They're still just shy of that top 20. So what are they going to need to juice themselves up into that top 20? I don't know. Better marketing campaign, a better website, better signal. Yeah. PFW, Leo, what are they, 29th? I don't know. Wink FM, 28th. They're down a little bit from where they normally are. Fresh 94.7. Are we seeing a trend there? A little bit of a trend upward for them. Not a huge trend. They're flirting with the top 10, but not quite there yet. They're at 12th, 13th place. Any CBS stations in the top 10? Are there any CBS any CBS stations in the top 10 in the Washington market? No. The answer is no. Looking at CBS, we have Fresh 94.7 at 13th place. We have PGC still suffering down there at 15th place. El Zol at 16th place. And JFK at 19th place. And, of course, WNEW at 22nd. So, still, Steve Swenson, none of your stations. You got 5 major FMers in the market. None of them are in the top 10. So what? You need to amplify your ratings. Whatever. All right, folks. What else did I want to talk about today? I should start getting like Chris Core and Brian Wilson. I should start doing personal testimonial ads. Gutters, windows, siding, diet plans. So anyhow, anything else going on? Yeah, here's an interesting story. The Koch brothers. I don't know how you pronounce it. The Koch brothers, right? Koch, the Koch brothers. They're infamous right-wing billionaires. Right-wing, mind you. And they are reportedly interested in buying the whole kit and caboodle of Tribune. Maybe the whole newspaper group, which includes the Baltimore Sun, and even maybe the entire company, which also includes a bunch of TV stations, including DC's Channel 50. So what would happen to the Sun if it gets bought by a bunch of righty billionaire brothers, huh? Woo! That's going to change things. The Sun leans left. I think most people would probably agree with that. So what would we have? A right-wing Baltimore Sun? Would that happen? Could we see that? And if so, how would that go in Baltimore? I don't know. But that's an interesting little rumor we're talking about today. Michael Graham has got a new show, internet radio show. It's at michaelgraham.com/radio. Remember, Michael got canned by WMAL back in 2005. And then went up to Boston and worked there at WTKK until it flipped format at the beginning of the year for kind of rhythmic contemporary. Now he's out of a job. I think he's got a couple little radio stations up in like Western Massachusetts or somewhere in New England he's still heard on. But, doesn't look like a major big city radio deal is coming for him, so he's getting on the net. Also, we followed up with the news yesterday that we reported that Channel 7 has launched MeTV, which is a classic television show network, and it did finally happen later in the day on Monday, the 11th. So it's coming through loud and clear there, at least on my Comcast system on 204. Nice lineup of shows. I mean, a lot of cool old 70s shows that I really love a lot. Mary Tyler Moore Show, Bob Newhart. Lots of cool stuff on that channel. So, so we got three really cool old TV show channels now, right? On all these sub channels, we got Antenna TV on Channel 50 sub channel, which has got a lot of cool old shows on. We got Cozy TV on Channel 4 sub channel, and we got MeTV on Channel 7 sub-channel. So those are all three rather cool channels. They're obviously all skew very old. See all the ads you see on them for adult diapers and catheters and Medicare services and reverse mortgages. But, what the hell? It was cool TV. Ay. All right, folks, that's Dave TV for this 12th of March 2013. Book 'em, Dano.